It is not only the men in the dark and in the shadows that are dangerous and that want to eliminate you, ladies. In some cases, and in the video that I'm about to show you, it's the man that you are married to, the man that you are sharing your life with, the man that you are sleeping with, that will want to eliminate you. And 9 times out of 10, it's over the most minute thing, something that you did not even do. This is why they say that cheating is abuse. Because a man that cheats, or even a woman that cheats, a partner that cheats, can kill. They can become a murderer to cover up their tracks.
So here's a question. What do you do when the monster walks and breathes among you, hidden in plain sight? When 20-year-old Itabil Mutilang disappeared on the 1st of May, the last person the family thought could be involved was her boyfriend. In fact, when they phoned him to ask if he'd seen her, he told them yes, they'd had a fight that morning and she'd left his house. And they believed him. In fact, so good was this boyfriend. He kept calling the family. Is she back? Have you heard from her? He even came by to check for himself. At some point, he and some of the relatives went to different locations to search for her. Where could she be? Eventually, of course, the family files a missing persons report, and as part of the process of elimination, the cops interview him because, after all, he was the last to see her. When they arrived at his house, he fled. First red flag. They came back the next morning, this time with one of her cousins, and there he was busy packing the last of his belongings. And they asked him where the heck he was going. Then the cousin noticed there was something odd under the bed, a bit of a bulge, if you will. And she asked what was there, and he said, no, it's the last of my clothes. She didn't buy it. She pulled open the rug, and there was the body, with no hair and no fingernails. For days, the concerned boyfriend, who had gone with her family, who had repeatedly asked if the girlfriend had come back, had been sleeping with the decomposing body in his house. The monster hidden in plain sight.
Police in Hawaii have arrested a 46-year-old doctor for allegedly trying to kill his wife while they were out for a hike. They say this man, Gerhard Koenig, tried to push his wife, Ariel, off of a hiking trail, then hit her in the head with a rock. She was rushed to the hospital in critical condition.
So she is still fighting for her life, but I wonder how many of these so-called accidents that happen when women are in the woods with their husbands are just murders or attempted murders the police didn't catch. Remember this guy? 2 months he had been married, and he accidentally threw gasoline on the fire, setting his wife on fire, leaving her with third-degree burns over most of her body, but he refused to apologize. It was an accident. I didn't do anything wrong, and then he left her. This was an unsuccessful murder attempt. And they take you out into the woods, and they do it in some crazy fashion so that you won't be around to testify. I mean, going back to the initial guy, he pushed her off the trail and then started beating her in the head with a rock. And I guarantee you he was going to blame it on the mysterious assailant or say she just fell and hit her head. Talk about man versus bear. Even the man you go into the woods with is not as safe a bet as the bear. Anytime you go outdoors with a man, you are risking your life. This woman was a trained paratrooper going on a dive. Her husband had cut up her parachute, both of them, so they wouldn't work. She still survived that 40,000-foot fall. But why was he doing it? Detectives found out he was having affairs with 2 other women, including one he talked about leaving his wife for, in addition to being in contact with S workers. He also had out-of-control debts and had raised his life insurance policy so the wife would be worth a lot more when she passed away. And that's why you can't wait, because Victoria, his wife, said, I knew he was being unfaithful. I just didn't know the extent. And she didn't want to rock the boat because she was pregnant with their child. She said, I knew there was stuff, other women on chat sites he contacted, and I'd seen the messages on his laptop. I knew he met up with women, and I was planning on confronting him. But you have to fight your battles at the right time, and being heavily pregnant, it wasn't the right time. It's always the right time to save your life. This is not a popular opinion, but I have always felt cheating is abusive. And as proven by all these cases, if a man can be abusive through cheating, he can turn murderous. And I wonder how many women their unaliving has been labeled death by misadventure or some kind of accident on the hiking trail, the hunting trail, the fishing hole, or whatever else. And in reality, it was their husband's murder. plot and take it to a new life financed by your death. I need you all to join me, engage in radical reality, and see the world for what it is. Because these are accomplished women. As I said, this woman was a paratrooper for the military. The woman in the original story is a nuclear engineer. They're talking about, oh, her husband's a doctor. She's a nuclear engineer. She's quite intelligent. The world grooms women to believe in the fairy tale of happily ever after with an XY rather than their own instincts. Because if a man is plotting to murder you, you probably had an inkling that he didn't like you. But people teach you marriage is hard work, and sometimes you go through a bad patch, and that's just life. Than people telling you the truth. And the truth is this: men are almost entirely ruled by their emotions. Their behavior is a perfect reflection of their feelings for you. There's no such thing as a man snapping at you and talking to you nasty who's secretly deep in love with you. That is a myth they have made up so men have more convenient access to abuse you. You ever been with a guy who was sweet as pie, who couldn't do enough for you, who worshiped the ground you walked on, who had to call you every day at a certain time, and the behavior changed? Later on, you found out it was because something else shifted. He met someone else, or he went off you for whatever reason. Behavior is communication. Behavior is a reflection of how he feels about you. So all these women talking about he was cold and he was this and he was distant, but I just thought that's your time to think it's time to get the hell out of here. Because men think their feelings are facts. I say this to help save your life. For them, it is a very short journey from I feel trapped to she's suffocating me to I have to unalive her to get out of this marriage. One day he's unhappy. The next day you'll be dead. Thousands of women pass away this way every year. That family annihilator from January, his name escapes me, but his family members came forward talking about how he and his victim were in counseling and how she was trying to make the marriage better. And what is she now? She and her children are gone from this earth. You cannot reason with these creatures. They are ruled by their emotions. And as soon as they settle on the idea that you are the root cause of all their unhappiness, they are going to try to get rid of you permanently. They want a fresh, clean slate. If you don't want to believe it for yourself, please save your children, because these men will unalive them quick, not to have the responsibility of child support or not to look like the bad guy when he finishes unaliving you. They hate accountability. It's time to pull off the rose-colored glasses, okay? He would never. Every day, the news proves that's a lie. You need to get with reality. Let's practice radical reality and come out of the happily ever fantasy that has been sold to us. They will unalive you on tape like this man tried to do and step over your body to get to the next woman. Hello there, Scott Peterson. They don't care. They don't care if you're pregnant with their child. They don't care if your children are in the room. They will take them out too. They're like children. They want what they want when they want it. And when you're no longer what they want, they will see you as an obstacle to the life of their dreams, and they don't hesitate to get rid of those. Govern yourselves accordingly. That's it. Like and follow for more.
Vault unlocked. Angazi babanjwa yini? Okay, now you busted cheating. Let me go and let you go. That's it. Why do you have to take me out? You cheated. Why are you taking me out of the world? It makes no sense. So the danger is anywhere and everywhere. A person can love you, and they don't love you I love this person. They love you in an obsessed, you're my property type of way. You are the end all and be all. Even if I cheat on you, I still want to be with you. That's not love. It's control, because of their inadequacy. They can't live without you. And they know that if you found out, then you could live without them and even do better. Therefore, they will take you out. Therefore, a person that can cheat can kill. This is a fact. Ladies, it's not just the shadows lurking in the corners in the darkness. It can be right in your home. And it's not even your fault. It's because of what they do, what they have done. Their inadequacy will bring out the monster in them. And that's why women will always choose the bear. Right? Ladies, be careful. Be alert. If you are in a situation of planning your exit, be very, very careful. These people have guns, they have knives, they have things that they can take you out, and they are possessive. We've seen the stories. It's wow. And it was because of they cheated. So they have to kill you. Narcissists, they don't want to look bad. They would rather kill you than to look bad for cheating. Sure. It's a scary time to be a woman. Back to Celestial. She said it would happen, and it's happening. And there's no place. You can't go to America as a refugee. It's happening everywhere. All over the world to women. We are targeted, and it's getting worse. It's like the more stories that these animals hear about, it triggers them. It's like a switch goes off for them to become the animal. We're not safe. We are not safe at all. Take care.